So Adam, you're very much in the news business. You work with CNN and Bloomberg and a number of New York Times and a lot of big publishers, and you get them views. And by surfacing up these thumbnail images on pages of all over the place, how does that help a news publisher? And my other question is, how does that build a brand, or does it just build traffic?
I mean, I think, to be perfectly honest, all of us were in the business of making money, and through different ways. And I think news publishers and general publishers, they're facing a challenge of retaining and sustaining and increasing their business moving forward, in a world where people can go anywhere and spend their time anywhere. We found a way to help publishers to retain users if they actually pay a visit, by getting them to read the right article or watch the right video, where they can monetize it using in any way they have internally. And we also found a way to help them make great money without showing banners. And I think that's our approach into the market. Is we're helping publishers, and we want to be a part of their growth by doing those two things. People that are in, get them to stay longer. People that are not in, get them to come and help them monetize that traffic. So
you've been driving, just to tell people, how many video views do you think you drive a month now?
I need to, I know it's about 500 years of viewing watch altogether a month, and it's about 70 million recommendations an hour.
70
million
an hour?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're recommending news for all these news organizations. Now, it's my understanding you're beginning a recommendation engine for what we call branded content or lifestyle content, or talk about that and how you're hoping to solve the issues that of the so-called spreading, syndicating, watching this native advertising, this brand message, and how's that going to roll out?
Sure. So I think brands and advertising is really important for us as an industry, because that pays the bills for us, right? We're here because we have ad-based businesses that are supported by great agencies that we have here also at Beach Retreat. And the challenge that I think the industry is having, as you talked about it earlier today, is that display is somewhat not working in the same way. And what we want to do is we want to continue to support the brand's interest to tell a story in a different way. So what we do now is we work with brands and agencies, and we're trying to ask them, what is the message you're trying to convey, and how can we build a story around that and build a community that would actually interact with that story. And the goal, again, just to be clear, the goal is to drive sales. We're not in the business of moving our hands and hope for the best. So we quantify exactly what we're doing. To me, I got to tell you, I don't come from a world of Rolodex and who you know and stuff like that. I don't believe in that so much too. So I really believe in quantifiable metrics that people understand and are simple. So we're trying to, and we don't know everything. So we're looking to earned media. How many people tweet after 1,000 people watched your video? How many people commented? How many people came again? How many people watched even more videos further to the one we recommended? And that kind of stuff. And we're asking the brands, do you care? And if they say no, that was the wrong metric. And if they say that's amazing, then we're trying to dig a little bit further. So we work with brands now to push content. I think brands are becoming publishers, and publishers are becoming advertisers. And that's exactly what Taboola is doing. We're exchanging users in this ecosystem and taking them to the story that they care about, whether it's by a publisher or by a brand, wherever that content may be, whether it's branded content such as VJ discussed earlier that can reside on the site itself in an organic way, or sometimes it's on the brand YouTube channel, right? They want to build YouTube subscribers, which is another metric I never knew about, right? So I met a brand and they said, well, video views is great, comments is awesome, tweets nice, but really we want to just increase our subscribers on YouTube. I never knew that someone cares about that. And that's what I mean when I say quantifiable, tangible stuff that we can then talk about and share and hopefully build success to our colleague and fellow publishers and agencies.
Adam, could you either cite any examples or implementations? I don't know if you can speak about customers in particular or a use case where you've helped someone solve something either on the news publishing or on the brand side, or anecdotally kind of tell us a little bit.
I can mention name, but I'm fascinated by a new trend that I'm now seeing, and that is that I'm convinced that the future winner will be the publisher that owns the audience. That's a very long-term thought versus a short-term.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't see a reason why in 2 years we'll have a different ESPN. That is because there's a way to drive traffic to a site and build a new, huge mega website. And that's exciting because it means that you don't have to be, you don't have to build a brand that may take you 50, 60 years. So what I'm fascinated by now these days is by brands and by publishers that are innovating in that space and are trying to build audience so that in a year they'll have 10 million unique users in addition to what they have today. And in 2 years they'll have 20 million unique users on their site. And this is a totally different metric than this year we're going to have 50% margin or 40% margin of revenue. What they really want to be is the winner. And I think it's a different function that publishers are now aiming at. It's not about how can this year we'll have the best margin as a business. It's more about how can next year we're bigger than them. And because if we're bigger than them, agencies will come to us. High CPMs will come to us. And there's a viral effect. Look at Mashable. They're doing phenomenal with their social viral stuff, right? Look at BuzzFeed. That's an asset, which they now have, and everybody want to have too. And that's why I think the future belongs to those that will build mass audience and scale into their business versus somewhat short-term or mid-term revenue success. So I would choose long-term audience, top 10 comp score, being on that table and be the winner, if it makes sense.